All right, so I am going to get started because we are running a bit late, so I don't know if anyone's going to be able to hop on. So I'm going to get started, and then anyone who couldn't make it can catch this recording. So I have put together this lovely presentation, so I'm going to share my screen. So tonight's call is all about how to invite. So this is going to be how to invite to your challenge group or the Fit Girl Academy or your free group or whatever it is that you're promoting at this time. So hang on, we're right at the beginning. There we go. So there are different ways to do it, and you can use all of these ways. You can use some of these ways. Obviously, it's your business. I say it all the time. It's your business. It is entirely up to you. What you think is working at one point might be different in 6 months' time. You can switch it up, whatever. So I'm just going to talk you through the different ways that you can invite people to either to your challenge group or to the coaching opportunity, whichever way you're going to go. So how to invite. There are different ways. There's your call to action, there's polls in your stories, application forms and DMs. These are the ones we're going to cover today. So first up, call to action. What is a call to action? So this is what Beachbody would call it. Call to action is where you do a post specifically saying, I have this group and I want you to join it. So that's probably, it's not going to get you a whole ton of people, but it is really good to put onto your page fairly frequently, because then people know exactly what you're about. They know you've got this group. They know that you're promoting workouts. They know that, you know, they basically get a really good idea of what your page is and what it's about, that they've got this opportunity to join it if they want to. People are shy about call to actions because your main page is not, obviously it's seen by everyone, so it's not something where they're going to go, yeah, do you know what, here's my emoji and put it on there. Although Sarah, I remember you did that in my call to action, which was awesome, and actually that one was quite popular. But that was over on Facebook. On Instagram, people are a little bit more wary, I think, but totally worth doing, because like I said, then people know what you're about, and your Instagram page and your Facebook page, that's your business storefront. That's what people come and they see first. So they're going to see this. They're going to go, oh, okay, she's got a transformation picture. She's got a group that she's adding people to. Let's see what this is about. Follow or not, whatever. So when you do your call to action, you're going to want to have a picture that's going to stop someone's scroll, because everyone's sitting there on Instagram mindlessly doing this all day long. Or all night long when they get home from work. And if you've got a picture that makes them go, oh, what was that? They go back, they read it. So I tend to do before and afters, because people like those. People like to see a transformation. They like to see what's possible for them. So here's an example of the one that I did. So this is me advertising for the free boot camp that we ran a couple of weeks ago, well, last week. So stop your scroll pic, before and after, and then your first paragraph, it's called a pain point. So you're going to focus on trying to find something that somebody is going to relate to. I couldn't fit all of mine in here, but I got a little bit there. So I wrote, to the girl who doesn't value herself enough yet to invest in herself, to the girl who keeps thinking about joining the Fit Girl Academy, but fear is stopping her, you know, to the girl who keeps starting and stopping, to the girl. So people are reading this going, oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. And then they keep reading on. So that's why you want to try and strike a nerve with people, to get their attention with your picture, get their attention with your first paragraph, or even just your first sentence, and then move on to what it is that you want to say. So don't overthink it. You know, you might be sitting there thinking, well, I don't know, what are people's pain points? Well, think of yours. What's yours? You know, maybe yours is, I kept going to the gym, but it just wasn't working out for me. Maybe yours was, I used to sit at home binge eating chocolate all night. Maybe it was, I just never used to be a morning person. But, you know, there's so many different things that you can focus on, that you can, and, you know, it doesn't need to be the same thing every time. Of course it doesn't. So you can just play around with it and see what's working and what's not. So, stop scroll pick, pain point paragraph. Then you do your invite. So you're basically saying, okay, this is your pain point, and here's your solution. I've got this group that I'm running, or I've got, you know, the Fit Girl Academy, or I've got a free boot camp starting up, and I want you to join it. So That's when you do your invite. So, I mean, I've even written in here, I want to invite you to the Fit Girl Academy experience. Then I explain what it's about. It's a 7-day free boot camp that will give you a chance to try the workouts, find out why the Fit Girl Academy is amazing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then you say, what do they do next? So what they do next, either drop an emoji in the comments if you're interested, send me a DM, fill out my application form, whatever it is, you know, you can, I like to give them a couple of choices. I'll say drop an emoji or DM me. And that's because some people don't like I said, they don't like to comment on your post where other people can see that they're interested, basically. So they can then send you a private message instead. Okay, so that's your call to action. So you can do those posts as often as you like. Obviously, like I say, it's your business. You can do them every day if you wanted to. I'm going to say invite is on your business activity tracker. It's on your bat. Inviting every day is one of your vital behaviors, and it's one of the things that you want to be ticking off. So inviting every day means things like this and what we're going to talk about going through. So like I said, you can do that every day if you want to. Polls in stories, these are my favorite. So I try and do these every other day. 99% of the time my poll is inviting them to the Fit Girl Academy. The other 1% of the time it's me just asking a question like, did this happen to you? Is this normal? Is this something that you can relate to? So and that's because Instagram loves a poll and people love a poll. So if people are responding on your polls, Instagram thinks people like you, and then it shows your stories to people first. You can only do polls in stories on Instagram and Facebook. You can't do them on your main page. That might be really obvious, but just so you know. So you're posting on your stories every day, which you absolutely should be, because that's how people get to know you and that's how people get to trust you. Within those stories, you can do polls. So here are some examples of the polls that I've done recently. So this one was me talking live to the camera saying, do you know what? Click on my poll here if you're interested in joining. And this one was, look at all these people who have joined us. You know, there's still time. What do you say? Do you want in? And then I've put here, I have questions. So they can choose, yes, I want to join, or I have questions. A lot of the time when I'm doing the Fit Girl Academy ones, I will post them on my actual workouts. So I'll have like 3 frames of workouts in my stories, and I'll write something about how amazing the Fit Girl Academy is. And then I'll write something like, you know, you can still join us, right? And then I'll do a poll and people can click on that, and people will click on that. And that's because people love a poll. It's kind of like a faceless way of being able to say I'm interested without having to feel too vulnerable about it. And then what you do once they've done that is you send them a message. I tend to wait until the poll has done the full cycle of the day. So your stories only last for 24 hours. And once those 24 hours are up, you can find your poll results. If you go to your Instagram page and go to the top right-hand corner, click on the 3 lines, and then you can go to insights, and then you can find your stories and find your previous poll, and you can see everybody who's voted. Send every single person who voted a message. Now you will do proper like invite messages soon, but I'll just give you an example of what it is that I would send to someone who clicked on a poll. So I would say, hi, blah, blah, always say their name. If their name is there, always say their name. So, hi, Tracy, thanks for the vote on my poll the other day, asking for more info about the Fit Girl Academy. So it's home workouts, the one that I do, that are suitable for all abilities, meal plans, nutrition, healthy recipes, daily posts, support, motivation, and some self-love thrown into running a private Facebook group that basically runs forever. So everyone stays on track. It's about showing ladies how to make it a lifestyle that's achievable every day. Do you have some goals you'd like to work towards right now? Kat. So I'm asking her a question that she then has to respond to. Do you have some goals? Everybody has some goals. Everyone has some goals. It's like my go-to question whenever I message anyone anything. So that's a really good one to start with. Someone will come back and say, yes, I want to lose a stone. I just want to get fitter. I just want to be able to run after my kids. You know, people have so many different goals that we've got a solution for all of them. So that's the kind of message that I would send to someone who clicked on poll. If someone said, instead of saying, can I have more info, or I have questions, if someone said me, please, I'd be like, I just basically send them the same message. Like, it doesn't really matter what they say. That's my go-to poll message. I'll be like, yeah. And if they say I have questions, I'll just be like, what are your questions? So that's polls. Polls are super easy, and it gets people sort of to come out of the woodwork to say, yes, actually, I am kind of interested in joining. Sometimes I will also put on the poll as well, I'm thinking about it. And people will click on that, and then I still send them a message saying, it's so great that you're thinking about joining us. Do you have some hesitations? What are they? 9 times out of 10, though, those people don't tend to respond. Because they're just thinking about it. They're not committed. Okay, so next up is application forms. So I have one in my Instagram bio, and if you click on my Facebook business page and you go to the sign up button, it's the same form. So I've linked it to both places. So I use Jotform. It's really good. It's free. It's really easy to use. So you can have a look at my application form and use that as a template. Every single coach basically has this link tree in their Instagram bio. So you can click on that and you can look at everybody else's application forms, see what they've done, have a look. I love application forms, because if anybody fills it in, it means they're super serious about joining. Someone's going to take the time to sit down, click on your link, go to that application form and fill the whole thing in and press submit. It means that they're pretty keen to join you. So I love it when I get application forms through. So do one in Jotform, then go to Linktree, and it will do this all for you. It's really, really easy to use, but if anybody needs a tutorial on it, then I can do one of those separately. But yeah, so go to Linktree and then link that your application form to your Linktree and put that link into your Instagram or into your Facebook. And then if someone fills out your application form, then you'll automatically receive an email into your inbox with all the answers that they've put, and their email address, and then you can just message them back. And again, I've got a standard template that I use for people who fill out my application form, and or any people that I get email addresses for. So I can, again, we'll do I'll do a call maybe next week about scripts, and it just makes your life so much easier. So you want to be thinking about getting scripts, and I'll share mine with you guys. So application form obviously makes it much more serious, much more of a business, but I really, really do recommend it, because again, people realize then that you are a business. You are there to recommend things to them, to help them and give them solutions, and that they are able to join your group, and that there is a direct way to do that. So I think application forms are brilliant. I would go for it. Right. And then the final one is DMs, which are direct messages. So this is where most of your business is going to come from. Because this is how you're going to build up relationships with people. People who click on polls are just the people who watch your stories, because if they're not watching your stories, they're not seeing your poll. People who fill out application forms are the ones who are super serious about, joining you. And 9 times out of 10, people just aren't going to do it. You're not going to get a ton of application forms. You will also still get ghosted when you have people who fill out application forms. So they'll fill out my form, I'll send them back like the most basic message. I'm not even like, oh my God, it's Beachbody, oh my God, you've got to sign up. Like, none of that. I'm literally just like, thank you so much for filling out my form. This is what the Fit Girl Academy is about. How does that sound? If you like the sound of that, I'll send you a bit more about it. And even then, tumbleweeds, like people will just go, oh my God, actually this is a mistake, I'm not ready, and freak out and stop. Totally fine, happens all the time. But that means you cannot rely on your application forms, and you cannot rely on those people. Call to action, again, like I said, some people will click on it, but they just won't. The way that you're going to get people to join you is to send direct messages. And I know that everyone's sitting there now cringing, thinking, I don't want to be that person. It doesn't matter. You do not have to be the person who just dives into someone's inbox and goes, hi, do you want to buy this? Because that is not what we're about. What we're about is finding finding the thing that is your niche. So for me, my biggest selling point is the Fit Girl Academy. Like I so believe in that group. I so believe that everybody needs to be in there. And then, on top of that, I think that Beachbody On Demand is like the most insane value for money. Like, I just cannot believe how cheap it is. And when people tell me that things are expensive, I just want to go, what, really? Like, because they don't see the value in it yet. That's fine, but I just like this. and then Shakeology, you know, and all the benefits that it's given me, and then Energize, and just how I genuinely cannot live without it. Like, these are things that I'm like, I have no problem saying to people, you need to get this, and you need to be on that same page too. So you need to be, you know, wholeheartedly believing in what it is that you're recommending to people. And if you do that, you have no problem jumping into someone's direct messages and saying, do you know what, why don't you do this with me, because it changed my life. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like, without sounding super cheesy, I feel like it's like, I feel like it's a gift that I need to be saying to people, this can help you. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's not for everybody, but what if it is? What if it could completely change this person's life? Anyway, so here are some examples. I'm off on a tangent, but this is why, you know, people go, oh no, I don't really want to invite. You're not going to get anywhere unless you're prepared to do this. So I'm going to show you how you can go into someone's direct messages without it seeming super cheesy and super corny and super salesy and super like, you know, why is this person just trying to sell me something? So the people that you want to message are, first of all, you want to be starting, when you're starting out, you're looking at what they call the warm market. These are people that you know, right? So they're your friends and family. They're the people that you've probably already come to me and said, oh my God, my brother, my sister, my mum, my dad, my partner, my cousin, my, you know, my niece, my nephew, they are really interested in what I'm doing and they want to sign up. This is your warm market. So people that you know, people who love you, and people who trust you. And this is how you're going to get a fairly good foundation to start off your business, right? So, you know, on Facebook, you're going to have, you know, a few hundred friends in there, if you, probably minimum. So you can start off with all of those. There's going to be people in there that you think, I'm not interested in them joining me. You know, I didn't even like that person at school, so maybe not. That's totally fine. Skip right by them. But there are people in there who you think, oh my God, I love that person. She was really cool. And actually, it would be really nice if she jumped into my challenge group, or she decided that, you know, coaching was for her and then we got to hang out again. That would be awesome. So these are people that you want to be messaging. And again, friends and family, they're the ones who are going to be the most supportive, hopefully. So that's your warm market, and you definitely want to start there first. You definitely want to start there first. And if it's someone you haven't spoken to in a while, just like start a conversation with them. You don't have to be like, hi, I've got this group, you know, do you want to join it? You just go in and be like, oh my God, how are you? What's it been like 20 years since we were at school together? Oh my God, your kids are adorable. How old are they? They're going to respond, oh my God, it's so great to hear from you. Blah, blah, blah. And then you get this conversation going. Chances are they're going to say to you, what do you do now? And you say, well, I'm a Beachbody coach actually, and I've got this amazing group and it's changed my life completely. And oh my God, wouldn't it be amazing if you jumped in and did this with me? Like, that would be so cool. So it doesn't have to be as like cringy as perhaps you're thinking it might be. You just literally want to get really, really good at starting conversations. That's all it is. And you want to get people to trust you and like you, and then they'll go, actually, yeah, maybe I will give that a go. It sounds really great, because it is really great. Okay, but you also, that's your warm market. You also have what's called your cold market. Now, I don't like to call them my cold market, because if they're following me, particularly if they watch my stories, they know exactly what I'm about. They know I've got this group called the Fit Girl Academy. They know that I want them to join it. They know that I'm probably going to send them a message, and if they don't reply, that they're going to get another message from me at some point. And if they don't like that, then they can unfollow me or they can block me, right? But if they don't unfollow me or block me, then they're still in my business. They still know what I'm about. And so to me, that makes them my warm market. But because I don't know them personally, they're classed as what's called cold market. So I would recommend that the people that you start with your cold market are going to be the people who like and comment on your posts. And you should be posting once a day on Instagram and or Facebook. And so you want to be messaging everybody who comments or likes on your post. You want to be messaging everybody who likes your stories, because these are the people who are actively engaging with you deliberately, right? People are watching your stories because they're interested in your life. Honestly, I sometimes watch my stories and think, why is anyone watching this? But you know, the point is I show up every day, I'm super consistent, and people like that, apparently. And people will reply to me on my stories like they know me, because they watch me all day, every day. And so they feel like they know about my life. And so they'll send me messages, be like, oh my God, George is so funny when she did. And you're like, wow, yeah, we've never even met, but that's so cool. So already I've got that trust element with them where they feel like they know me. So these are the people that you can message first. Now, You have two approaches. So you can either choose to make friends with these people first, or you can just go straight in for the direct invite. It's entirely up to you how you want to run it. A lot of coaches now are just going straight for the direct invite and then sort of making friends after. So I've put an example here of a direct invite that I've sent. So I said, hey Donna, I don't know if you've seen, but I've got this fitness group over on Facebook, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Would you be up for joining us, smashing these workouts, or knowing a bit more about it? And then she's replied saying, added you, which means she's gone and found me on Facebook and asked to join the Fit Girl Academy. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. But even so, that's created a conversation with her. So I've then, you can't see the whole message, but basically said, great, fab, do you have some goals you'd like to work towards right now? Classic goals question, because everybody's got them. And she's come back saying, yes, I'd like to lose 2 stone, blah, blah, blah. And then we just get talking, and then she starts to, then we start to become friends and trust me, etc., etc. And then I can offer her the solution to the goals that she's got. So that's an example of a straight up direct invite. Now you are going to get a lot of people, what's called ghosting you. So ignoring you, completely ignoring you. That's okay. You will also probably get some people who unfollow you because of that, because they're like, oh, I don't like people direct messaging me. And that's fine too. You will hear us say all the time, your vibe attracts your tribe. If anybody unfollows you or blocks you or whatever, they're not supposed to be in the Fit Girl Academy. They're not supposed to be in your challenge group. They're not supposed to be in your life at all. That's totally fine. The people who are sticking around, those are your people. That's your tribe. So those are the ones that, they might still ghost you, but they're still following you. So, just sit tight with those guys, because they'll be coming back for you. And believe me, people can take up to, they can take up to 18 months, some people. I've had people who I was talking to for 2 years. I won't name names because they're in the Fit Girl Academy now, but they literally, I've been inviting them for 2 years, and they've been like, no. And now they're like, okay, now, and have ignored messages from me in the past as well. So it's totally normal, and it's totally okay for people to completely ignore you, and people to say no. If they continue to follow you, they will come around. So that's a direct invite. To make friends with people first, then I would send something like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support on my page. I really appreciate it. Are you into health and fitness too? Or I'd say, hi, I just want to say thank you so much for the love on my post yesterday. I really appreciate it. Hi, thank you so much for always supporting my stories and watching me every day. I really appreciate it. Are you into health and fitness? So always end with a question. That person will come back, she's come back saying, yeah, oh, I love that you're, pregnant and doing it. Oh, I've ordered some slides because of you, so you kind of have no idea the kind of impact that you're having on people's lives that you've never even spoken to before. People often come back saying, oh my God, you're so inspirational. Oh my God, you're such a motivator. Or, oh, I wish I could be like you. And so then it's very easy to then relate by saying, oh yeah, but I was not always like this. I used to be the person who just sat on the sofa watching other people on Instagram. That used to be me. And then you relate to them that way. So those are your two options with your DMs, your direct invites. Even with this make friends one, people are going to ghost you. That's okay. That is going to happen. You just have to be okay with that. And that is where personal development also comes in. So get cracking on your PD, because that's going to give you the balls to level up and get direct messaging with people. And start off with 5 a day. You need to be inviting every day. It's on your business activities tracker every day. Start off with 5 a day. See how you get on. See how many people come back and respond to whatever it is that you've decided to send them, and build it from there. The more connections that you make with people, the bigger and better your business is going to be, because this whole business is about connecting with other people and helping them and offering them a solution, because everybody's got those pain points and everybody's got those goals that they want to work towards, but not everybody knows where to start, and very few people actually know where to start. So think back to why you joined me. Think back to how we initiated a conversation. I think for example, Sarah, you responded on a call to action. Lucy, you're in the Shredders group, and I think you mentioned something about Beachbody, and then I messaged you saying, hey, have you got Beachbody on demand? Did you get a coach? So again, that was me jumping into your DMs. You didn't know me, I didn't know you. So Charlie, I think we were the same. I think I just sent you a hey, how you doing? Thanks so much for following me. So think back to how you and I started off our relationship. And then, you know, maybe even go back and look through those messages and go, okay, you know, I could do this because you responded to me, so other people will respond to you. It's just not as scary as it might sound. So those are your 4 ways of invite. Here we go. Inviting is not as scary as you think. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Same with anything. Same with any new job. If you do think of this like a job, then, you know, when you started whatever job you used to do or whatever job you do now, you didn't go in knowing everything on the first day. You didn't go in thinking, I'm super confident doing all of these things. You had to work at it. And because you did it every day, you became more confident. You became better at it. It didn't scare you as much as it used to. You know, those emails flying in, if you worked at an office job, you knew how to respond to those. You knew how to engage with people. So treat this as the same way. This is a multi-million-dollar business that you're sitting on right now. Like, you literally could change your life with this. So you need to get uncomfortable and you need to step out of your comfort zone. And the more you do these things, the more you do these harder things, the easier it's going to get. The more you post on stories, the easier it's going to get. The more you edit your videos, the quicker and easier it's going to get. The more you invite people, the easier it's going to get. The more you post on social media, the easier it's going to get. I would never have posted a pic of me in my underwear like 2 years ago, but I was just like, whatever. Like, it doesn't even occur to me now. Like, even if I posted it accidentally on my personal page, I'd be like, oh, whoops, never mind. I'll just leave it there. Like, because I'm just, you just get used to it. It's part of the job. That is my job. And if you don't like it, okay, never mind. Because there's plenty of girls out there who would benefit from this. And, you know, the Fit Girl Academy could completely change their life. Your challenge group could completely change their life. Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, Energize, all of those things could completely change their lives the way that it has ours. And then on top of that, they could then be invited to this coaching opportunity. They could then start their own coaching business, and they could then, you know, have financial freedom and retire their husbands and never ever have to worry about anything that their kids need. They could go on holidays. You know, the thing that I'm just working towards right now is taking the girls to Disney World without any credit cards, without going into debt, none of that. I want to go to Disney World. I want to pay for every single thing, and I want to do it in cash. And that currently is what drives me every single day to get this done. Also, you know, you better believe I'm not going back to work at the end of this year. Like, I'm just like, that is just not an option for me. This coaching biz, this is everything. And you have to see it that way. You have to see it as a business. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's amazing. Yes, there are some really, really amazing, awesome parts to it, but there's also some like pretty, you know, I don't really feel like doing that today parts to it. But if you just knew how worth it it's going to be, then you just wouldn't even think twice about it. So just give this inviting thing a go. Like I said, do 5 minutes, and then I'm just going to add that. Do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes, do 5 invites, or do 5 minutes, do 5 minutes of invites, do 5 invites. See what kind of response you get from people. Make it your warm market so you're a little bit more comfortable. If you're not comfortable with that, do it with 5 randoms, you know, and see how you go. So yeah, I hope this was really, really useful. And thank you everyone for watching this recording. And yeah, next week, I'm thinking about doing scripts, but I'll do a poll for everyone to choose. All right, take care everyone. Bye.